Marcus Thompson adjusted his breathing apparatus one final time before stepping into the Galactic Academy's gymnasium. The massive dome stretched before him, filled with equipment designed for a dozen different species, each contraption looking more alien than the last. Low-gravity chambers hummed alongside atmospheric processors, while specialized exercise pods catered to beings that breathed methane or required magnetic field manipulation. The chatter died instantly as 40 pairs of eyes, some compound, others crystalline, fixed upon the human. Marcus had grown accustomed to the stares during his first week at the academy, but the gymnasium seemed to amplify the tension. His instructor, a tall Vexarian with iridescent skin, gestured nervously with 3 of her 4 arms. "Class," she announced, her translator crackling, "we have a new student joining us today. This is Marcus, from Earth." The whispers began immediately. Marcus caught fragments through his universal translator: Deathworlder, Gravity-Heavy, Apex Predator. He sighed, recognizing the familiar mixture of fear and morbid curiosity. A Zilani student, no taller than Marcus's waist and resembling a walking flower, actually trembled. "Instructor Vexhi," the small being squeaked, "is it safe? I heard humans can lift 10 times their body weight." "That's not," Marcus started, but Instructor Vexhi raised a hand. "Today we'll be practicing standard cardiovascular conditioning," she announced. "Everyone to your species-appropriate stations." Marcus watched as his classmates dispersed to their designated areas. The aquatic Merlani slipped into their water chambers, while the silicon-based Christex students entered high-temperature chambers that would have instantly vaporized most organic life. The remaining students took positions at various machines designed for their specific physiologies. "Human Marcus," Vexhi approached cautiously, "your station is, well, we weren't entirely sure. We've prepared a low-gravity chamber to compensate for your world's excessive gravitational pull." Marcus politely declined. "Actually, I'd prefer to work out in standard galactic gravity. It's lighter than home anyway." The gymnasium fell silent again. Marcus walked to the universal exercise platform, a simple running track that could adjust its gravitational field. He set it to galactic standard, roughly 60% of Earth's gravity. What happened next would become legend in academy circles. Marcus began with what he considered a light jog. To his classmates, he appeared to be flying. His feet barely touched the track as he bounded forward with impossible grace, covering distances that should have required mechanical assistance. The Vexarian students stopped their own exercises to watch in horrified fascination. Is he not using any enhancements?" whispered a Korthani student, their metallic shell clanking with nervous energy. When Marcus moved to the strength training section, genuine panic set in. He approached what the Academy considered heavy-duty equipment designed for the strongest species in the galaxy. Without ceremony, he began lifting weights that typically required 3 Korthani working together. Young ethereal beings of pure energy who barely interacted with physical matter actually fled the gymnasium. But then something unexpected happened. As Marcus continued his routine, treating the impossibly heavy weights like toys, he noticed a small group gathering nearby. Not fleeing, but watching with growing interest rather than terror. "How?" asked the Zilani student who had trembled earlier. Their fear had transformed into fascination. "How do you make it look so effortless?" Marcus paused, setting down a barbell that would have crushed most of his classmates. "It's not about being strong," he said, breathing only slightly harder than when he'd started. "It's about persistence. On Earth, everything's trying to kill you. The gravity, the weather, the wildlife, even the plants. You don't survive by being the strongest. You survive by never giving up." He looked around at the diverse group of beings, each evolved under vastly different conditions. "You've all survived your own world's challenges. That's what makes you strong, not how much you can lift." The Zilani student approached the lighter weights with newfound determination. Soon, others joined in. The session that began with terror ended with unlikely camaraderie,
as Marcus found himself surrounded by classmates eager to learn not about human strength, but about human perseverance. As they left the gymnasium, Instructor Vexhai approached Marcus. "Tomorrow," she said, "would you consider leading a class on Earth-style endurance training?" Marcus grinned. "Just don't blame me when half the academy signs up."